jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, once again, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports. Man, it's going to turn up. We're going to turn up today. You know, last night I had company. So, you know, my girl was chilling since I've been away for a minute. You know, but this morning, man, hey, it is what it is. It's on. You know, I got the mic all to myself, shouty. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to allow some people to get up in here first. Man, this is going to be Link the Link. A link of the link. I wanna first off, you know, talk to the people rather than dropping all those DMs to me, right? You have the opportunity and the chance and the window and the entry to speak your mind on, you know, the Michael Williams Jr. situation. It's up to you, dog. I mean, I have no problem. Y'all coming at me because I was promoting my boy, and then he loses. You act like it's supposed to get personal with me. I'm not losing anything from this. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he was still paid a paycheck for going in there contending. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk to the ones who feel some type of way and feel that they should bring it to my attention after this weekend, because it's gonna die down. But you know what I say sometimes. I'm all for the smoke. This morning, I'm all for everything. Gas. I'm used to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Going into an intense situation and you have to goddamn defend yourself coming out the gas chamber. You know, let's talk. You know, don't be shy, dog. Don't be shy. And look, roll call for the ones who consider themselves to be a certain entity in life. They want everybody to portray them, you know, perceive them as this, that, and the other, but yet they snitches. You know, if I go out of town and motherfuckers telling this person like something's gonna happen, you know, talking to that person, oh, so-and-so's this, so-and-so's that. You're lying. You're a motherfucking liar, dog. You a liar. Roll call to the whole ass snitches out there that's sitting up here trying to pretend like they something, but they ain't. Who does that? I never do that. Because the whole time I'm in NYC, I'm running to certain individuals. How would they know who I am? How the fuck did they know who I am? I ain't have on none of my gear. I had on Team Williams gear. How did they know? It must have been certain individuals trying to, you know, provide information. And the good thing about it, when somebody say something about it, but yet one person may want to converse with you and talk, and then they find out now you ain't that person. You know, they want to come up to you and ask questions. Somebody's always gonna come tell you the true scoop. I got people in NYC too. They always gonna tell you. My friends are Black and Hispanic too. I got Hispanic people deep over there in NYC. They was waiting for me to come on deck. They was waiting for me to get there. I was ready for whatever. Shawty. I know people in NYC also. And see, you never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. That's how you get the information that you need and who is providing that information. People talk. You keep trying to come for me, I'm gonna goddamn drop some receipts, and you're gonna look a whole lot different out here. Because why would people be telling me things in NYC if it's not even like that? I got family too. You want harm done upon me? I got family I'm taking. Okay, know that. Don't sit up here and start snitching and telling people shit because you believe I'm not that person. Like, you taking it personal all of a sudden. Everything you telling people back and forth. People on here talking. It's more than one of y'all. People on here talking back and forth, trying to make shit personal. Believe me, shawty. I walked up there with a camera on my shoulder, with a damn lens, and I'm cool. I never was thinking about anything when I was there. But I did have some good conversations, and I found out some good shit because the Latinos that I know up in NYC, the real ones, have family up in there. I bet y'all didn't know that, did you? I have family up in that grid. Half of my family is Hispanic, if you didn't know that. Hey, dog, you try not to tell people. You know what I'm saying? You try not to tell people. I got mad family up in NYC, dog. What's going on with this shit? But let me post this pic, though. Let me post this pic. This is what I want to talk about. Let me post this pic right quick. Okay. This is a pic I took of John Bowser and Michael Williams Jr., right? And the whole purpose of this pic is the fact that these two stepped in the ring and John Bowser had the better night. He was the more dominating fighter, and he had the better fight. And the referee stopped the fight after probably like the fifth knockdown of Michael Williams Jr. You know what I'm saying? He was buzzed a little bit, but he didn't get knocked out. He was raised, put on the stool. You know what I'm saying? You see his pops reaching up on the ropes right there at the bottom left. They came in the ring. The referee stopped it, and Michael Williams Jr. is doing fine. Unfortunately, people's out here spreading bad rumors once again. I'm gonna tell you, watch out for how people want to sit up here and act like they don't have control of their lips. You know what I'm saying? The tongue is a sword to life and death. You speak on it, know on it. First, it was him being dropped, this, that, and the other in a 6-round fight. That was untrue. Then you come out here talking about the man jaws broken. How? You wasn't even at the fight. Man, stop spreading false shit, man. Stop being an absolute liar, bro. Stop being a liar. Wait till you get some information from the medical team. The man ain't gonna be on IG talking about, letting his fans know he okay. If his jaw is broken, people going around here talking about your boy jaw got broke. That's all from one person, Conor. Stop spreading lies, bro. People watching you, you looking crazy out here, spreading rumors, keep mentioning my name, man. You seem like you infatuated for the wrong reason. This is the last time I'm speaking on this. You mad because somebody, that I took the energy to stand up to what I felt was wrong. You act like I supposed to damn genuflect and kowtow and sit up here and be in prayer and be all passive and submissive, all because we had a disagreement. Go back to the lives, y'all. Go back to the lives. This is the last time I'm talking about this shit because this dude keep mentioning my name, talking about, Scotty owe me money. Scotty owe me money. Man, that shit is so petty, dog. If we got a bet, we got a bet. But when Michael Williams Sr. showed up, he said, we ain't got nothing to talk about forever. What did I say? I goddamn returned the favor. I picked up my tone a little bit. So that upset you when other people did the same thing and you end up good friends with them. Let's not go back, bro. I'm not a snitch. Let's not go back to the first time you turned your back on me for no reason and I didn't know. Let's not go back to that. You always had this thing with disliking me for whatever. Spin the reel. I never had an issue with him. But this same situation occurred months and months ago on Michael Williams Jr. Conor told me I was doing the same shit as Dane Skidmark when it came to Devin Haney. I was like, what? How can that make sense? How can you? I got receipts, bro. How can you be mad at me when you the one initiated everything? You trying to betray and turn people that I fuck with. I fuck with people in the LDBC. But you're sitting up here trying to turn people in the LDBC against me. He gets mad because I'm supporting Michael Williams Jr. before he even knew who Michael Williams Jr. was. Just like he was supporting his Latino fighters. His entire introduction is Latino fighters. I say, bro, you dipped off the channel. I ain't heard nothing from you. Man, I apologize. I dipped off this, that, and the other because of Michael Williams Jr. But you were supporting Devin Haney heavy. I wasn't. I was supporting Michael Williams Jr. at the time when we was calling him Devin Haney. And if you were supporting Devin, why are you worried about what I'm doing with Michael Williams Jr. though? You shouldn't be worried about none of that, shawty, for real. And now check the lives. Check Tay Jones live. Check the other lives that was over there. The only person that he would come at and try to say, let other people speak. The only person that was telling me that on the panel was Conor. He had this thing against me, man. Check the lives. When I start talking, just say I'm on somebody else's panel debating. Most of the time I show up, it's people over there debating. Most of the panel is pro whatever fighter they're, if it's Crawford, Spence, or whatever. The only person on that panel that said anything to me, besides the ones I was debating to, was Conor. It's always, hey, let other people speak. Let other people speak. It just came to a head when you're trying to portray like I don't have the right to respond to what you put out there. You act like I don't have a right to respond. I have every right to respond. Because you didn't think I was tuned in to Tay Jones live when you was up there talking shit about me. Everybody who's listening in, stop believing the hype as if he keeps saying that, there's no way I can go back. I'm the one that deserves apology. Because for one, I wasn't sitting up there talking behind your back. You was over there saying some shit like, hey, Michael gonna get his ass beat. He gonna get stopped. Okay, he lost the fight. But then this what got me. This was getting me to all this bullshit that I heard over in NYC and the bullshit leading up to now. He's trying to somehow brainwash people with false information. When I was listening to Tay Jones freaking live, this dude says I'm big for nothing. He's talking shit about me again. He's talking shit about me again. I never met him a day in my life, but now you want to continue to talk shit when I'm not in the area. And then look at how when I joined the panel that same night, how I was still cool. I was still cool. I didn't say shit. He kept saying, maybe you don't understand. Maybe you need to mute your mic and listen. He was talking down on me. All I'm doing is pulling information. I just want, it's a replay. I'm just letting people see because I knew this was going. I knew I was about to check Conor. He said I'm big for nothing. What the fuck? Like, am I missing something? Like, nigga, when we know each other? When do we know each other for you to come at me on Tay Jones live? And then when I get on there, y'all check the replay. Y'all do your research. The receipts are out there. He said some shit like, the whole time he was like talking down on the brother when I was on the panel. I don't think you understand. When people talk to you like trying to lead as if you don't understand something before you fully address it in a narrative for them to understand and process. You know what I'm saying? I think some people, they listen to the way you talk and they don't like it. Like I can talk like I'm from straight out the ATL, which I'm from. I'm from this. I was born and raised down here. I can talk the way we do in the South, or I can be petty and talk like, I'm straight off a damn doctor's degree. But don't let him sit up here and sway y'all over. And some of y'all to be on my panel making comments over there. Don't let him sway you to the untruthfulness that's going on here. This social media has a cool way of people redirecting and changing up the script once that other person like myself responds. He's upset with me because I responded the way I did to him on my panel. He's mad because I muted him. You gonna talk that shit to me on my panel and continue to talk down? For a nigga to say you big for nothing, right? Obviously, they're hating ass niggas because they ain't trying to see any good in you. This dude has my number. And he's up here telling, no, we ain't gonna never. For real, I done seen niggas go at Conor forever and a day. What I considered I did was defend myself. That's what I did. Look at the real, y'all. Why is this dude continuing to mention my name? Why he do a whole live and say response to World Combat Sports? All I said was we're trying to promote Bowser and Williams, and that's it. Since Conor was over here talking about he was going to get knocked out, cool. I'm leaving it on the fighters. It's not directed at him. He comes up here, I struck a nerve with him mentioning my name. Nigga, you mentioned my name. You've been sitting up here talking shit about me behind my back. You remember? You've been talking shit behind my back, and I still didn't say anything. So stop going around here acting like I got beef with you, and you the one that started the whole thing, snake. You started it, bro. I let that shit ride. But this little bet thing, once again, I have to address it. Why would a grown-ass man sit up here and talk about, well, I hope he pays his bet? You're trying to make it seem like since my boy lost, I'm not paying $100 bet, bro. And you got people hitting me up. No, I'm going to give you the same energy I have to deal with these little people. I'm going to give you the same energy of the people that you thought you was going to talk to that thought they was going to do something to me. What's wrong with you, man? Never met you in my life and don't need to. But you need to get my name out of your mouth because we don't have nothing going on. You put this shit up. I wanted World Combat Sports. It's all been World Combat Sports. This nigga trying to start shit all over social media dealing with World Combat Sports. World Combat Sports. World Combat Sports. I hope he pay up. He got down on IG. These are motherfucking niggas saying they OG gangster shit. This nigga's on IG talking about, I hope World Combat Sports pays that. No OG that I know behaves like that. But every time Scotty picks up his tone, I'm in motion, but other people yell, kick, and scream all the time. And it's a situation. But Tom, I sit up here and address shit. This is after I let it pass. Let shit fester, you know, blah, blah, blah. Y'all can look at the shit yourself and know it's not me. Before I even left NYC, I'm looking at shit on IG at World Combat Sports. Hope he pays up. He's trying to address the IG community. He's trying to address the YouTube. Y'all tell me what type of shit is that? Is that grown man shit or that's hoe shit? Grown man shit or hoe shit? Grown man shit or hoe shit? Hoe shit or grown man shit? I haven't sent one motherfucking text out criticizing John Bowser after the loss or anything. I ran his people several times. My people talk to his people. But what's not going to happen is people up here portraying like it was something that it wasn't. Man, y'all have to be smarter than the YouTube audience. Be smart enough not to drop all these influences on a one side situation, one sided. You cannot go around attaching yourself to what is called credulity. All right. Credulity is when you go off little to no evidence, y'all. I'm not a stupid nigga. You need to stop basing how you link up or how you digest words of individuals on here based off credulity. Credulity is when you fail to do enough research, when you fail to dig deeper, you take very minimal of what your assumption is, which is very little evidence, and just go off that. And a lot of times you're going to find out it's false. Ghost, what's good? Salute to you. Andrew Charles in the building. What's good? People think, man, I don't know what it is, bro. Like they already know I did what I did in the military. I retired. I'll treat these cats on here with respect. But when y'all hear this shit going on, it ain't no me and no Kano. Look at what he posted on IG. Look at all the shit. I haven't even approached him. Look who's the one that's out here trying to make it seem like it's a beef between me and him. It seems like some jealousy that's going on because I'm not mentioning this dude's name until he come. The fighters, Williams Jr. and Bowser fought. The fighters fought. Who gives a fuck if we have a bet? That's between you and I. Why are you on the IG typing ass nigga? Why are you on there mentioning at World Combat Sports for people to link on? That's some buffuckery right there. We doing this in our 50s, bro? Typing? Add niggas on IG for a little small $100 bet? See, the goofiness part of this is that people take things for granted on this social media shit. That goes for the listeners too. You take for granted the ones who are the instigators, the ones who choose to not let shit go, but yet they want to make it seem like all the other guys the one. They want to be around a group of people that will co-sign and support them. But the way I look at it, those group of people that they want to support them, it's a smart 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the bunch. They're gonna say, "I think you're wrong." Why do you continue to mention his name? Why you had to look after the fight is over? Why you had to take the social media to do a live and mention World Combat Sports? I hope he pays. I hope he's a man of his word. What are you doing, bro? That is a measly $100 bet. Why would you have to express that to your audience and get feedback? Well, I hope so. It's a bet between you and I. We have phone numbers, dog. Am I missing some people? My listeners, am I missing something? Am I missing something? Like $100 bet. Is this something that you need to express to your audience on live after the name Williams Bowser fight? Is it something you have to express on IG at World Combat Sports? It's too much for the age appropriation of maturity. It's too much, bro. Y'all don't hit me up on any of this shit. I just came back from NYC. I'm good. Like I said, I got family too. What I cannot get in look when they think they just speak it to, man, I'm good, bro. Y'all smart. I deal with some intelligent people on here. Let's get to the boxing aspect of it. I had to address that for the last time because what's not going to happen is certain individuals that may support. Hold on for a second. Certain individuals who will hear this live and run back and tell run back and tell, they're not going to do the process of the chain of events. I haven't said anything. I went the whole week and I'm doing what I got to do. The only time I spoke about is when I was coming back. I'm like, man, I can't believe people hit me up to my pay the man. Pay the man. You're trying to make it seem like I don't have other shit going on with the team. I haven't even made it back to where I'm at. That's petty whole shit, dog. Like, you getting on IG and going on live acting like I haven't even had a chance to get with you yet. But I do have a receipt that I call you when I found out this shit. As men, I call your number. Hold up for a second. Hold up for a second. Let me bring something up. Hold up. We're gonna end this stuff today, and I'm done talking about. Hold on for a second. Check this out. We're gonna dead this today, because I do grown man shit. I'm not on this petty nonsense that's going on. Let me show you a receipt right quick. So those of you that sitting up here vouching for a nigga, just leave it alone. Let's chill. There's no need. There's no need. All right, check this out though. Let me get this. Let me show you something. It's too many. It's too much shit being passed around, and you know what? People try to influence certain people collectively to go at somebody. I don't think about any of them until they come at me. But I know that there's some smart people that are wise, attentive, and they can see it is for what it is. So if they choose to be mediators in it, cool. But for me, I don't know what goes on in these cats' mind. Some of them, when they're trying to treat you like you're a beta nigga and they don't know shit about you. You know what I'm saying? When they're the one that's instigating and people not calling them out on, like, man, you came for him. A nigga didn't come for you. Don't get on social media trying to act like Scotty came for you. Peep this out right here. And this is done. I'm moving on. I just want to show y'all something. I'm going to show you something. Because I don't tune in to his shit. Let's be clear. I don't tune in to his shit. What that say right there? What does that say right there? 9:59. 9:59. The main event wasn't even on deck yet. This is after the Michael Williams Jr. He's sitting out there putting shit out on the live and IG and all this other shit and all his damn the clowns that want to damn follow through and pass this message. What does that say right there? It's no phone number. G shit. I'm showing you a receipt that I called that man 9:59 p.m. on the 11th. 9:59 p.m. on the 11th. So when I'm telling you all, I'm busy doing what I'm doing. I'm up there shooting. I'm handling my business. I'm still up top. I'm shooting pictures down into the ring. I'll take time out to call this man up after the fight. You know what I called him up for? Kano? To see how you wanted to be paid. I don't watch your shit. You didn't pick up the phone, bro. The receipt is right there, 9:59 p.m. I'm seeing this shit on IG and he done went live and all that. Hey, I'm seeing it. I called you up. You didn't pick up the phone, so let this shit go. Stop acting like nobody ain't paying you shit. No, you keep putting stuff on social media, I'll take my time too. You talk to my boy Michael Williams singing and you're trying to make it seem like, oh, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Oh, so be it. Nigga, who cares? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. As a grown-ass man, I call you up to see how you want to get paid. You didn't pick up. So stop talking about me, bro. That's grown man shit right there. I called your number because I had it. You didn't pick up. I'm talking about you struck a nerve. Man, many people on this YouTube shit I done seen mention your name. Nigga, you came up me first. You kept on doing it. Talking about nigga big for nothing. Nigga, how? Talking shit about my boy. Talking shit about me and them niggas in NYC. Like I didn't have Spanish up in there. Bet you didn't know my family. I have a Hispanic up. I have a Hispanic family up there too. I'm talking about real family. You're gonna put this shit out on IG, put it out on YouTube. This is a receipt right here. I called the man to see how he want to get paid. He didn't pick up. So be it. I'm done talking about it. Don't listen to everything. Listen to look at the way people move, and then you place your judgment. Look at how if I would have did this shit, how would you would have looked at me? Because you know I don't move like that. I address niggas when they address me. Really, I don't put emphasis in just drawing in on simple shit. But I have IG. Hold on for a second. Bro. Let me show you some shit. I'm gonna take my time this morning. I'm gonna dead this shit. I'm gonna dead it. I'm not upset about it. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you the receipts. Come on now. When people put stuff on IG, they want other people to tune in. That OG shit. That's OG shit. The OGs I know, no, that ain't OG shit, dog. You got my number. You have my number, dog. You went to social media and you have my number. That ain't OG shit, man. You keep talking about names. You keep mentioning my name, bro. Y'all check this out right quick. We're dead this. And listen, I'm gonna break this next receipt down and show you what I'm talking about on how certain individuals cannot handle certain situations when a nigga finally give them the attention that they're looking for. And it's not all passive. Oh, I need to. No. Look how they bring other niggas into the fray. This is grown man shit. And you all on social media, bro. Can't no nigga that's associated with this situation defend him as if he's right. Because you know damn well I haven't even been talking saying that. I defended myself when he was on somebody else live trying to damn, throw shade at me, try to insult me and shit. This nigga don't know shit about me. This some hating ass shit. Check this receipt out. Don't try to come to me anymore about, hey man, y'all can straighten this up. My boy tried to do it. He don't want no peace. He keep on coming at a nigga, and I ain't paying you any attention, dude. I'm chilling. I'm up there working. I'm doing boxing shit. Check this receipt out. Nigga never spoke to me on IG. Never. You know how long he know I was in IG? Never spoke to me on IG. But he takes the time out to do this shit. The real ones know. What's going on, King Mitch in the building? The real ones know. We about to get to this boxing. But this has to be taken care of because this is the last I'm talking about it. And nigga can do any video he feel like doing. But you ain't gonna try to sit up here and step on a nigga like that's the way I was raised. You don't know shit about me. Trying to damn defame my name and slander me out here on this shit. And I pretty much have a low audience that I deal with. Check this out though. Here go another receipt. Read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. That's grown man shit. Like you're going on somebody else's damn picture that they posted. It's boxing, it's social media. And he mentions me on IG, bro. On IG. He has my phone number. I called him at 9:35 the night of after Michael Williams Jr. to see how he wanted to get paid. All I want to do is see how you want to get paid. Because he's jumping on live talking shit. I called him at 9:59. Boom, I see this shit on there. We made a bet on Tay Jones live, or did you forget? I'm still in the rafters. I'm still up there shooting with my photography, using my photography, trying to get some good pics. I'm working. I'm credential approved. I am working. This nigga is on here on IG typing away. Now you tell me who the hater. You tell me who the hater. Who does that? We made a bet on Tay Jones live, or did you forget? Granted, I called this nigga and he didn't pick up the phone. But this is the way he do it. He went live immediately because he had to mention my name. He keeps my name in his mouth like bubble gum. He keeps World Combat Sports name in his mouth. So he went on live. I hit him up. He didn't answer. And then I'm seeing this shit on IG. We made a bet. He keeps mentioning Tay Jones like he wants Tay Jones to get involved in this rhetoric. You haven't even given me enough time to find out how you wanted to get paid. I don't watch them come on lives like that. I call that man because his number's in my contacts. Both numbers. Done with that. Gave him. That's all you get, bro. The people understand what it is. The people know they smart enough to know what it is. I'm not fucking with that nigga. I didn't bring up his name. He brung up my name entire weekend. World Combat Sports, World Combat Sports, World Combat Sports. And you talking about somebody struck a nerve? Nigga, I never came for you. You said I was big for nothing. Nigga, you sound like a hater. Try to act like you in charge. Well, it ain't gonna ever be anything. Nigga, you know how many people I done seen come at you on here because you being a snake? You got anything to say to me? Damn, the link right there, bro. You keep talking about how you was muted. You came on my platform talking that shit. You talked that shit this weekend. You put shit on IG. You put shit on YouTube. What type of shit what are we talking about, bro? Come on, man. You put my name all over this, giving me this attention. And you don't want nobody to respond? I just showed the listeners the receipts. I call you, didn't pick up the phone. Okay, OG shit, right? Then you turn around and you put shit on IG. What? Man, y'all be careful about this damn social media shit, dog. Serious. Y'all be careful about how people portraying themselves and who's really going out here antagonizing people. All bullshit. They'll be quick to go up here and call up another nigga and tell lies. I got receipts that I was in NY. You thought shit was gonna go down different? I got people in NYC too. People mad at me and don't even know me. But when they find out and we talk, they find out it was a lot of bullshit. Receipts. Give me the receipts. Don't give me the verbal of what somebody told me. You show me on what convinced you to act the way you acting. That's how we do it. Show me what you talking about. Is a video? Is it something that you can, screenshot? Show it. Just don't go off of niggas' words. Just don't go off of niggas' word, because man, it was born with the gift to lie. You wanted punishment to be taken out on Michael Williams? You wanted to sit up here and cause, you supposed to be talking about boxing. You wanted him to go in there and do something outside of gloves? Nigga, please. Let's get to the topic at hand. Man, y'all niggas be better than that, man. Y'all better than that. Come up here trying to damn make no peace with me about a nigga who's up here on IG. When you have my number, you got my number, dog. The fuck we talking about? Man, on the Crawford. Crawford wants the IBF to make him mandatory, bro. He's standing on Spence's shoulders, too much pressure. He forced into reality. Man, look, you seen Terrence Crawford send his advocate at the WBC conference in Mexico, and he said, I'm here for Terrence Crawford, for you all to potentially approve me to be a mandatory for the WBC. You know what I'm saying? This is the division at 147 that has no franchise orientation to it at all. You feel me? So therefore, now Terrence is saying he wants to make the IBF. We all know the sanctioning body is IBF are very strict with mandatories. We just seen one play out in front of us, y'all. We seen the Teofimo situation. You know what I'm saying? Even though Teo could have chosen to fight Devin Haney. He had the option, but he would have to vacate the IBF. So it wouldn't have made any sense, because if Devin would have won, he wouldn't have had all the belts. That means he would have received a good paycheck with Teo, and then he would have received another good paycheck for Undisputed. It would have worked out in grand fashion. But Crawford is asking for the IBF to consider him a mandatory to fight Spence. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. The bigger question is, do you even have any sense of, are you confident knowing this will somehow come to fruition? You know what I'm saying? Is it any way possible for this to materialize? That is the huge question for this fantasy fight we've been talking about. I ran into Crawford several times this past weekend. If you didn't look at the videos or whatever, wasn't able to get a interview with him, but that's how Crawford is. He only mess with media, whenever. It's all good. But I did get a pic with him, and I really wanted to talk to him about certain moves he's making, especially requesting this mandatory. He's on a mandatory movement right now. I like it. I like it, bro. Like he's going from the WBC to the IBF. He's pushing to fight Spence. He's pushing. People sitting up here acting like, they want to talk about Crawford's free agency and do he really want to fight Spence? But now, what do you have to say? It's just wolf tickets. He's requesting for the IBF to consider him as a mandatory. Pull Crawford up just like you pull Carlos Ocampo up. Pull Crawford to the light. Bring him to the carpet and make this IBF mandatory. You know how y'all do IBF. Come on, man. Y'all known for this. Seek out, approve, and submit. That's what we want to see when it comes to this with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Make them a mandatory. We'll cut away all that shit with goddamn Spence trying to locate Crawford. It seems very hard. I guess the street that Errol Spence was talking about is a highway. And the way Crawford chooses to handle it, he just want to drive down, get off at the exit, say, hey, IBF, is there any way that we can submit paperwork while I'm here? Yeah. I mean, it's a difference between getting off at the exit and doing shit administrative, logistically sound and proper than trying to look at the highway. Damn, that's goddamn 8 lanes of traffic. And you're trying to hop your ass over the retaining wall and shoot through traffic, make it to the median, hop over the median. Oh shit. Let me run. That's not the way you cross the street. It seemed extremely difficult for Errol Spence to make up his mind on how he want to cross the street to enforce his fight with Crawford. All we doing is hearing shit in passing. Hey. That's all you. Hey, can you have? He knows what they're gonna ask. Excuse me, champ. Can we? Excuse me, champ. Champ. Can we? Hey, champ. Can we? He knows. Speaking about recent events there, Crawford, you're on your way back in 2022. Is it any way, is it anyhow that we can possibly say that you will be fighting Terrence Crawford? Nah, I don't know, man. It's all about what Al say. I'm still waiting to get back. Al, I got to talk to Al. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. And, we still got to try to find a way. We working on a paragliding system or a rocket pack so we can get across this street because it's a lot of traffic. I got to speak to Al about, if it's enough fuel, is it safe for me to take this jet fuel rocket pack across the damn highway to get to the WBO headquarters? He has to understand that the conversation is going to continue to arise each and every day that someone runs into him. But the moves that Crawford is making, he's making administrative moves. He's taking action to place himself in a position to fight Errol Spence. He ain't get shit after that if that was me. Yeah, man, but I look forward to this fight, man. I'm glad the moves Crawford is making at this point in his career heading into 2022 is good moves. It's solid. You know what I'm saying? It's solid administrative pressure. You know what I'm saying? Enough with the verbal, because you're not going to get much of that unless you see Crawford on the interview. But, I'm just saying as far as the bigger, the higher platforms, the mainstream. But in person, he's not going to speak too much on it. You'll be lucky to get Crawford to speak on a situation like that. I tried. I really did. I tried to the last minute to try to lock in that interview with Crawford, and it just didn't happen. I mean, I'm not feeling no type of way about it. It's just a gym, and I really had a lot of things to talk to him about. It would have been a good deal. You know what I'm saying? So we can only hope that something come of this. The IBF, they take considerable careful consideration and this determination, and they come up with a reasonable conclusion. And that's the important part of it. We want this locked in for 2022 so we can expect it, so we can start talking about what's in front of us. What's in front of us is this fight is going on. Now we can talk about solid content dealing with this fight. Not the hearsay, not the hypotheticals, you know what I'm saying, the theoreticals, you know, scenario-based creativity. We can just talk about where we at right now, what's going down on the date that's proposed, and we can take it from there. You know, predictions on who's going to win the fight and why. You know, I'm not exhausted, but I don't really deal with BoxRec, but BoxRec is what it is, and there's no denying that Errol Spence has. I'm talking about a huge opportunity to be number 7, the lucky number 7. Okay, whenever you mention goddamn Errol Spence, just call him Lucky 7. You know what I'm saying? He has a huge opportunity to be Lucky 7 when it comes to fighting Terrence Crawford. He has a huge opportunity. So I really hope they make this fight happen. I hope it comes to fruition. Yes, sir. So the fans can start, you know, really buckling up, talk their shit on YouTube. And so we can build up this fight the right way, because it's the perfect time for this fight. It's the perfect time, y'all. It's no other time than now. You remember they used to say it has to build itself up. It's past that. This fight has marinated long enough. It's seasoned. It's good to go. Let's cook. Let's cook. Period. I'm trying to have a positive attitude, but I'm not convinced the Crawford Spence happening soon. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong. From what I found out, that it's possible. And I talked to several people. It's possible in 22. It's possible. I'm not saying definitively, but the people who I talked to, I was just asking straight, you know, pull the pin, grenade question. I want warming up. Hey, this, and this. Do you mind being recorded or not? No, I don't want to be recorded. Okay, cool. What can you tell me about this Spence and Crawford fight? You know what I'm saying? Can you tell me anything about talks behind the scene? Can you tell me if we'll see it in 22? Like I could tell you for a fact that we're going to see Kambosos step in the ring in 22 to defend his titles. I can tell you that for a fact. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. It may not be with who you think it is, but that's going to happen. That's all I'm going to say. That's going to happen. But anyway, I'm confident that Crawford Spence will happen in 2022. From what I was, conversing about this weekend with people, I'm convinced. And what they're telling me and the talks and everything, the moves is being made, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Shout out to Pac-Man, Tay Jones in the building, man. He's on deck. Salute. But it seems really good, from who I spoke with and what they was telling me. We may be blessed with this fight. Real talk. Lightweight roll call. Who's next for Kambosos? And let me help y'all understand something about the franchise title, right? I told y'all how many total franchise champions there's been up to this point, which is 5, right? Cinco. You had Canelo, you had Lomachenko, you had Tio, Kambosos, and then before the Kambosos, you had Juan Estrada. The lightweight division pretty much has single-handedly pollinated the franchise belt. It has allowed that belt to grow into something that's going to be phenomenal in the future. People are frowning upon it like many things that's just invented because it hasn't had time to really hit the rails the right way and travel in that direction where people are looking forward to seeing it in its existence. It hasn't been here long enough for people to just okay, I'm definitely supporting that. I like what the franchise is doing for the sanctioning bodies. I mean, for the sport of boxing within the sanctioning bodies. With every piece of controversy that comes with the franchise belt, you have to understand how it continued to flourish. I was saying this shit way before Lomachenko. I said the franchise belt is going to be handed out again before the year's out. You just have to. They just want to make it a. They just want to make it a submission, the right submission that takes the boxing community off guard, and that's what happened when it came to one Estrada facing Chocolatito for a third time. And, you know, they did the element of surprise on you, and they had people buzzing. Well, guess what? In the lightweight division, Vasily Lomachenko, did in fact defeat Luke Campbell. He was a WBC champion who petitioned to vacate and become franchise. He had the WBC title. The WBC title has been the biggest highlight of doubt when it comes to this lightweight division. When the name undisputed is mentioned, that's the biggest. So therefore, instead of Lomachenko, and I talked to him off camera, right? And my boy was up in his room. So, I mean, we had an opportunity to chill with Flavor Flav, man, talk with Lomachenko. But check this out, though. All Lomachenko had to do was win the IBF title at that point in time. But he chose to be elevated the franchise so he wouldn't have to, face any mandatory or whatever. Now, a lot of people always say that he ducked Devin Haney, but you cannot duck anything when two fighters were set to fight for the interim title and not a title eliminator. It's very, very different, y'all. You have to respect that. You cannot just void out the language when language is very important contractually. Okay? Language is very important contractually, especially when you're talking about a title eliminator versus a day interim championship. So when he got off that title and Teofimo beat the guy who had the WBC belt, I consider him undisputed because Lomachenko was the WBC champion. It doesn't matter who has it at the present time. I'm just saying he beat the man who had the WBC title. It would be a whole different story if by chance Lomachenko never fought for that WBC title. Then you ask yourself, well, how can he become franchise champ? Okay, now we getting somewhere. They're not going to take an IBF champion, Tio, and say, Tio, we want to promote you the WBC franchise champion. But Lomachenko come around and say, what? But how can that happen? And I'm the WBC champ. It doesn't work that way. So the fact that Lomachenko was a WBC world champion and he petitioned for the franchise belt, it's only right to carry forward was for Teofimo Lopez once he beat Lomachenko to be considered undisputed. And then just to confirm what I was saying all along is the fact that they went on and said that Kambosos was the undisputed title holder. How, if World Combat Sports has been saying it for the longest time, how are people sitting up here still negating the fact? I mean, just ignoring the fact when Mauricio Suleiman is saying the exact same thing. He's reiterating what I've already expressed. And he is the president of the WBC, the World Boxing Council. He is the president. So now they come out, just like I told y'all, Kambosos will switch up the motherfucking strings, change up the instrument, and say automatically on IG that he's the undisputed champion. Not only that, his support system comes in strong in the WBC and says, yes, he is the undisputed champion. Now check this out. What's going on? Check out the shift of everything. Check how it's shifting. So a lot of people was hoping that Devin Haney gets the next shot, right? And I'm not seeing a lot of thumbnails, go out. I don't see the interest, the energy that should be targeted at advocating for a fight with Devin Haney and Kambosos. Why? Because a lot of people was so drawn into the Teofimo situation. They was holding T.O. accountable each and every day. I swear. You should fight Devin Haney, else you ain't undisputed. You should fight Devin Haney, you ain't undisputed. Okay. I started to say, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. T.O., you say you're gonna do it. You confirmed it. Verbally. You gave verbal confirmation. Your dad done shook on it. You done shook on it forever and a day. You and Devin has had, encounters in person. You have crossed each other paths. It was talked about. People like, okay, all right, good. He loses the titles. It seems like when Teofimo lost the titles, I do not see you all like with your hand in the air protesting, letting your voices be heard for Devin to get this next fight. Now Devin has fallen within the queue. Just that quick. A snap, just that quick. Devin is in the queue with everybody else. Devin is in the queue with Gervonta. He's in the queue with Vasily Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He's in the queue with every other name that's in the lightweight division. Before, he was the front runner to step in there with Teofimo Lopez. Lopez no longer is the unified champion, undisputed. Now it's Dan Kambosos, who is the undisputed. People are like, well, Lomachenko, he's fighting next weekend. Lomachenko looked good in there. He won against Comey. Gervonta, he this, that, and the other. We thought we would knock him. So all the top so-called four that's on the roster, Devin was placed back in the queue when he was actually supposed to be pinned as the next fighter for Kambosos. But if I told you, listen to Kambosos' language, he wasn't really giving you that definitive confirmation. He's like, well, it depends on how you look. And shout out to Devin Haney for checking this nigga. He said, why you keep on talking about the way I look? What the fuck? We've seen fighters who look a certain way, Kambosos, and then come in there and destroy their opponent the next. We seen Shakur Stevenson have 2 fights where they was riding him off. Oh, Shakur is a hype job. He's right. They rode Shakur off with the Nakatilia fight. He's not what we thought he was and all this. He comes in there and go full ham on Jamel Herring. Totally different fighter, bro. Totally different fighter. Teofimo Lopez goes in there and struggle a little bit with Nakatani. He gets the job done, right? Then he steps up for the championship fight and destroys Richard Comey. So now they're looking at this whole situation with Kambosos saying, it depends on how you look. So now you have Gervonta, Devin Haney, and Lomachenko all within 2 weeks frame. They're grading the performance of each. Well, you're not going to get Gervonta because they ain't going to Australia. Let's just exclude and put the X on him. All right. So now we have to look at who's next for Kambosos. Lomachenko or Devin Haney? Fuck Ryan Garcia. We're not talking about Ryan Garcia. No one wants to see him come back after a hiatus, which will be over a year. And then when he get his ass slapped, he'll be like, well, I had over a year off. Me and my team didn't quite calibrate, doing training camp, how my body was acclimating, getting back into the groove and everything and shaking off the rust. It's a lesson learned. It's only my first loss. Even though I was knocked out in the first round, I feel that I still have something left. I'm going to go over here to Hollywood, make a couple of movies, come back. And by then, my body would have been recovered, refreshed, and I'm ready to take over, baby. So what weight class you might think about coming back to, Ryan, after you complete Hollywood? Who knows? I might come back at 160. Like Benavidez. I mean, it all depends. See, that's Ryan Lion Garcia right there, dog. But let's keep the focus on Lomachenko, Devin Haney. I just don't see the volume of support that it should be to get Devin into this fight. Because though you may not think that Devin Haney's performance against Jojo Diaz supersedes Lomachenko going the distance with Richard Comey, they both went the distance. What separates them as far as climactic moments was the fact Richard Comey went down, right? What separates the Lomachenko and Comey again is the fact that you're dealing with Lomachenko. His name, you know what I'm saying? His name, when he steps into the ring, a lot of people adore Lomachenko. Vice, if you look at the way people viewed or celebrated Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz fight. But both of these fights went the distance. Both names came out the winner that we was expecting. Devin Haney came out the winner. Vasyl Lomachenko came out the winner. So those two are absolutely correct, though. Like, nail on the head with that. But the one important feature, the primary gem that a lot of people should be looking for is the fact that Devin Haney holds that belt. Now, I'm quite dismayed. I'm in dismay because Devin Haney, his belt meant so much to all these lives. His belt meant this, and this, and this. Oh my God, his belt meant so much and all that. God, that WBC world title meant so. And now it's Kambosos. What is going on? Like, are we living a scene in I Am Legend? Like, where did all the people go, bro? Where did all the people go? Are y'all in a dark room somewhere attacking German shepherds? Where did all the people go that's supposed to be out here pushing for this Devin Haney fight? He has the belt to clear up any type of doubt, to clear up any type of misunderstanding, to clear up any of that shit dealing with the lightweight division. What happened to all the support when it was T.O.? Y'all had this damn what you call rivalry, so-called. Y'all was trying to build up this festering rivalry between Haney and Teofimo Lopez. And now that he's no longer part of the equation, it should be more evident now that Devin Haney is the one that y'all pushing towards Kambosos. You know, the one thing about Haney has said he's willing and able to go over to Australia. That's simple-minded shit, right? Haney's are willing to go over to Australia, man. What more do you want? You cannot ask for more, Kambosos. You said 80,000. You told T.O., come over and do it again. We'll do it again in Australia at 80,000. Okay, so you was talking all that shit, and then you want to get in Vegas and act like you the grand poop at the head of the table. Oh, it's all about how you look. And Devin said, what is with you with all this look shit? What you're trying to basically prognosticate some negative shit without saying negative shit. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on? Like, if you want the belt, you want the belt. Fighting for the belt. If you think he easy work, cool. If you think he difficult, talk to your people and see what's the best route that you take. Because you're the one that was in the media saying, fuck that shit. Kambosos, champ. You think you'll take a easier, tune-up fight for? Nah, fuck that shit. I want all the heavy hitters. I want the harder fights. Fuck that shit. I'm not here. I'm here to fight the best. Okay. If you're here to fight the best and you know Haney has that WBC title, somebody send out an SOS signal. Because I'm not seeing all the people that I seen with Teofimo Lopez. I'm not seeing everyone up here chanting, "We want Haney. We want Haney. We want Haney." You know what I'm saying? Protest for him to step in there with Kambosos so we can clear up all the drama. You know why? Because that fighter becomes a part of history for the right reason. That fighter stands alone in boxing history. For those of you that don't recognize the franchise belt will be a part of history in the biggest way, just look at what Mauricio is saying about how the franchise belt, how the title has exploded in the lightweight division. The lightweight division is like a nest, a franchise title nest. Devin Haney wins. Request for the franchise, take everything and give them nothing. Just like they said on 300. Take from them everything, but give them nothing. Go in there and request for the franchise belt there, Devin, and leave them butt ass naked. You would be the first one ever. You would be the first and probably only one to ever have this opportunity. Seriously. It's possible it may come in up the line, but right now you can be considered the first to ever do it. If Kambosos defeats Haney, he'd be the first to ever do it. But you will have all the belts, the franchise, the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, WBO, the lineal. Dude, that's a lot of fucking titles. Yeah. Hey, same here, Pac-Man. Same here. I wish, out of confidence, I can't tell you who I talked to, but I talked to Kambosos people. I talked to them before. When they was down here in Atlanta. But yeah. I'm not trying to break any hearts right now. I don't want people up here telling me I'm spreading stuff that, but Pac-Man put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. I told you earlier, I gave you a little bone that they going where the money at. And Lomachenko, he brings in the money. If you don't know that, all you had to do is be in the motherfucking garden. How they was cheering Loma? Shit. Dog. Oh my God, they was cheering the shit out of Loma, dog. They were like, you would have thought this was Russia. I know that's a good feeling, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's a good feeling. I know it's a good feeling, Shawty, to be in the U.S. Like that. And then, of course, Tyson Fury showed up, to wish Bob a happy birthday and shit. He was in the building. Sugar Hill was in the building. It was a good amount of people in the building, man. But y'all keep a close eye for that lightweight division. I'm telling the franchise belt, man, they're gonna try something. And I'm not sure if it's gonna include the fighter that you want. I don't want to put any type of mud on a clear canvas right now. We don't want to do that. I don't want to say Devin Haney is excluded and it's going to be Lomachenko. I don't want to put that out there and have the media run with it. I see too many people using the clickbait and they always want to put it on their description. And some people using my shit, but they will never give me credit for it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you like this. You'll find out in the upcoming weeks. They'll start talking about it even more. The fact that Lomachenko fought two of Teofimo's common opponents, man, he's built up that momentum, man. When I talked to Lomachenko, he said sternly that he's rejuvenated, he motivated. He's now than ever trying to be undisputed. He's definitely, his goal is to be undisputed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's super motivated. He's looking strong in there. And if he does fight Kambosos, I expect him to beat Kambosos. Kambosos is nothing special. He's nothing special because he looked the way he did against Tio. He's nothing special to me, when it comes to boxing. But I'm really not gonna do this rectangle theory and shit like this and all that. I'm not gonna place everybody in the side of the spear and rotate them around with my damn index finger, twirl them around back and forth, stir that shit up and see what I get. You're just gonna have to watch it play out in front of you. Will it be Devin Haney or will it be Lomachenko? Those are only two names, bro. Devin Haney, Lomachenko. Those are only two names that I see that's facing Kambosos next, because Kambosos want to fight and Lomachenko has no problem once again. So you have once again an equation. You have a match. You have the Devin Haney and Lomachenko are both willing to go to Australia and fight. I'm gonna leave it at that. Oleksandr Usyk was in the building, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is no cap. I was the only one that really recognized Oleksandr Usyk when he came in. Like people was unaware of who he really was. That is crazy. That just goes to show you how many people don't know Anthony Joshua. People was like, who is that guy? Oleksandr came in like a Russian. It wasn't even 3/4. That shit came down to his ankles. It was a full length, like this sweater, like full length sweater garment. It was more like a garment that was a sweater. You know what I'm saying? All black. And then he had on like the Russian hat, all black. He was at the table. I say, shit, that's Usyk. So I started snapping some shots. He looked at the camera and shit. He was making some faces and shit. It was pretty funny. I just keep that on my hard drive too when it's a good time. And then when I told him, I say, excuse me, that champ, can I get a picture before everybody started crawling around? I ain't tell him that. I said, can I get a picture? He said, cool. So I took a picture with Oleksandr Usyk. I thought he would be taller. You know what I'm saying? But as far as his range and how long his arms is, and I could see him what he was able to do to Anthony Joshua. I could see it. He's in great shape. I can see it, man. You know what I'm saying? I can see it. But shout out to the champ, Oleksandr Usyk. It was good to see him in person. You know what I'm saying? It was good to see him in person. Saw him out walking in the streets with his people. No one really never know who Oleksandr Usyk is. They paid attention. Like he can fit in very, very good. Like Usyk wasn't walking in the middle of his entourage. Usyk was walking in front. Usyk said, I dared him. If you even dare come and to cause me harm. Usyk was walking in front of his people, dog. His people was just moseying around and they was falling behind Usyk. It was funny. But man, yeah, it was good. Shout out to Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk's in the building this weekend. And I was going to attempt to get an interview with Usyk, but after I see him ignore whoever these people was, and then these people had the nerve to tap Usyk on the shoulder, and Usyk turned around and looked at that nigga. I don't know who the fuck. They must have been from the UK or something. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyson Fury, all these cats in here, we had some media over here from there. And Usyk turned around and looked at that man. And then Usyk's people was like, no, not right now. They had to intervene because Usyk was like, how dare you sit up there and touch me and I'm ignoring your ass. Like we all by the elevator. He said, I'm ignoring you and you touched me on my shoulder. That's disrespectful. Usyk, man, I looked in his fucking eyes. Usyk wasn't playing. Usyk turned around and looked at that motherfucker. He's like, you got the audacity, man. I'll send you across this room, dog. Don't you ever put your hand on me after I'm sitting up here. Hey, look, he's ignoring them for like 5 minutes. We're all at the elevator waiting. And they're trying to ask some questions. Usyk's looking up at the elevator, this, that, and the other. Usyk's people was right there behind him. His people didn't say anything until Usyk turned around. The guy touched him on the shoulder. and gave him this glowering look, menacing. I'm serious, dog. Usyk looked at that nigga like, "You touched me. I gave you that pass. Touch me one more time. It's gonna be an issue that you wasn't expecting on fight week." Conor Benn, man, y'all, what y'all think about Conor Benn? He's buzzing. Conor Benn is buzzing, man. You know, buzzing in the welterweight division. But I say this: Conor Benn hasn't really fought top opposition. He's buzzing in a sense on how he looks as a fighter, his brand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like, his persona when it comes down to it. How he goes in there and fight. What he was able to do with Chris Algieri, it's not anything that shocked the fuck out of me. That's Chris Algieri, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's Chris Algieri and what he was able to do. That's all I say. He was able to go in there with what I expected him to do to Chris Algieri. Algieri up there doing somersaults all over the ring. That's not the first time that he's freaking somersaulted across the ring. I think he works on his tumbling outside in between fights or something to make it look more dramatic. He might be practicing some movie scene. I don't fucking know, but he defeated Conor Benn defeated Algieri, which isn't anything to brag about. You know what I'm saying? It's not really anything to brag about. Even with Sebastian Formella, Samuel Vargas. I mean, hey, is he ready for the Virgil Ortiz, Jerome Ennis's? Is he ready for any name in the welterweight division that's on the come up? Can you see him defeating Sean Porter? I don't know. Think about that. Do you think Conor Benn is ready for a Sean Porter? Do you believe that Conor Benn is ready for AB? Because AB's name, Adrian Broner, has been floating around in the Conor Benn's optics. You know, do you look at him potentially fighting AB? I think the fight will sell pretty decent. Even the length of time that AB's been out the sport. That is a good dance partner. Conor Benn or Regis Prograis. Okay? Conor Benn would have an advantage because he fights at a higher weight class than Regis. And you have to look at it. You know, Regis Prograis will have to come up and fight at a catch weight. And I don't think Adrian Broner wants to fight at any catch weight below 147, 148. That shit I cannot see happening. I would like to see AB fight a guy like Conor Benn because he's going to make it very, very attractive. Conor Benn is going to make it attractive. Adrian Broner is going to make it attractive. And then we can hope and pray that AB makes the weight. Even if AB didn't make the weight, the penalty be paid to Team Ben and the fight will go on. You know what I'm saying? But I really hope that he gets to fight with AB because a lot of people want to see AB come back. And from what I'm hearing, that fight may potentially happen. Seriously, that fight may happen, y'all. That fight may happen. That fight may happen, y'all. Hold on for a second. Y'all hold on for a quick minute. Gotta take this call. Hold on for a second. Okay, we're back at it. So, and keep your eyes peeled for Adrian Broner and Conor Benn. That might be one of the highlights of 2022, to be honest with you. That might be one of the highlights of 2022. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be very, very good for Adrian Broner to come back and face somebody that with the blossoming or budding star power that Conor Benn has in his corner right now. Personality wise, Conor Benn and Adrian Broner matches up very well. For people to to tune in and check it out, they match up very well. Conor Benn talk his shit, Adrian Broner talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it should be. You have to have a dance partner if you Adrian Broner that's going to bring people to the seats. And right now, being he's trying to stay afloat when it comes to the Adrian Broner brand, so that he is able to get fights. And he's still in his early 30s. So I don't believe Adrian Broner is washed up. It's just maybe like AB said, that he needs to stay active. So if you're going to stay active, you have to make weight. You know what I'm saying? Stay consistent. Because being out the ring, you can pick up. But let's see how that works out, man. Let's see how that works out. If y'all didn't know, the Amir Khan Kell Brook fight sells out in 10 minutes. Imagine that, y'all. Just ponder that thought. Kell Brook coming off a fourth round loss to Terrence Crawford. And you know how they say he was washed up, he ain't the same. But Kell Brook and Amir Khan still has interest because of this pastime rivalry, so to speak, that never quite linked up. You know what I'm saying? They never had that clash. They was on a collision course, but they never had that clash. And I'm curious to see how many people will actually tune into this fight. A lot. And that's the weird dynamic, the strange, unique type of attraction that goes on in boxing. Like against certain fighters, like Kell Brook, he may outshine the best, and people devalue, what he has as a boxer. And then he matches somebody like Amir Khan, and they feel that Kell Brook can go in there and potentially stop Amir Khan because of his history of having a suspect chin. So it kind of goes down. You know what I'm saying? It reduces the attractive value, and then it's building back up when it's Amir Khan and shit like that. Of course, from where they're both from. It's just weird, ain't it? Like, once again, dance partners. This has been budding for quite some time, bro. Now it's finally blossomed, and the fight's going to take place. The fight is going to take place, man. So therefore, there's people out there that believe Kell Brook can get it in. And what if Kell Brook goes out here against Amir Khan and really looks good? Are they going to provide Terrence Crawford with any more credit? You know what I'm saying? Or are they going to say Amir Khan is back? Oh, he looked great and this and that. Terrence Crawford should fight Amir Khan. Oh, fuck that. Shit. He's been out there training with Terrence Crawford. That fight ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? People just be throwing shit back and forth, man. Look, let me change this damn pocket full of nickels into this right pocket that has some quarters in it. That's when I know, my money is building up. I'm going to put it all on a bet. Nah. I think people still have faith in Amir Khan going in here against Kell Brook. The same as Kell Brook going in there against Amir Khan. Is it a 50-50 fight? Possibly. Yeah. Yeah, because I have to go off what I seen against Crawford and Amir Khan getting blasted by Crawford to potentially, styles make fights. Terrence Crawford has been in there with both fighters. You know what I'm saying? He went further with Amir Khan than he did Kell Brook, which means nothing. He stopped both of them. You know what I'm saying? He stopped both of them. But it's funny that they're finally fighting one another, y'all. Seriously. It's funny how they are finally facing one another. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, both common opponents of Terrence Crawford. Tell me what y'all think about Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson. Is he absolutely the sole proprietor of Big Baby? You know what I'm saying? For somebody to come in and take that name, oh, it's only a matter of time. I'm being honest with you. It's only a matter of time before him and Jarrell Miller are the topic of discussion. You know, before they actually meet each other in person. And it ain't going to be pretty, dog. It's not going to be pretty. It's just not. It's not going to be pretty. But right now, Jared Anderson is buzzing for the seriousness of how people look at him as the next heavyweight star. He's buzzing tremendously. Now, when it comes to the competition is what it is. Like, the heavyweight division doesn't have an extremely deep roster that people can consider the murderer's row. It's just not like that. We don't. It'll be great if it was that way, but you know, whatever's going on with Tyson Fury, on who he's fighting next. We don't know an exact time when Deontay Wilder is going to return. Then you have the Anthony Joshua Oleksandr Usyk future meeting. Dillian White sits abroad. He's out there. Whether he would get the fight with Tyson Fury, we'll see how that works. But when it comes to Jared Anderson stepping up, would Jared Anderson, take the leap of faith like Daniel Dubois was able to do against Joe Joyce? When it comes down to it, like, will he fight one of those guys? Upcoming, like Daniel Dubois. I think Daniel Dubois and Jared Anderson will be a decent fight. I don't want to say Jared in there with Oscar Oscar Rivas. I definitely don't want to see him with none of the older guys. Just exclude them out the picture. Let me look something up. I'm really curious to see who could be next potentially for Jared Anderson, man. Is Jared Anderson ready for Frank Sanchez? That's coming off a win over F.A. Jogba. That would be a step up. Real talk. That would be a step up for him. Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, Jared Anderson. That would be a damn good fight. That would be a very, very good fight for Jared Anderson. Very, very good fight. There's some names out there, man. I ran into Michael Hunter down here. He had on a derby cap. Like, once again, if you don't know the sport, you'll never know it's Michael Hunter. You have the Luis Ortiz, which is too much right now for Anderson. Ajit Caballel. It's names out there for him to face. Zhang. He's going to have to come in the top 15 sooner or later. And it's all about who he's going to, what sanctioned body he's going to select. Philippe Herkovic, they definitely not putting in there with Philippe Herkovic right now. Or Robert Helenius. Derek Chisora, he seems to be that gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Andy Ruiz will be a very tough fight, boxing-wise, for Jared Anderson. Daniel Dubois sits at number 15 in the WBC. Mark Bacoli. There are some names out there, man. I'm not sure how far they're going to keep him out the ring until he returns, but I don't see him leapfrogging into the top 15 and just then waving his hand around with his eyes closed and say, okay, I'm gonna put it right here. And it's gonna be Philippe Herkovic. Nah. like I say, Daniel Dubois, that'll be a good matchup, especially stepping up. But is he ready for Daniel Dubois? We'll see. I think he's a better boxer all around than Dubois. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think he is an all-around better boxer. But that is a name. You know what I'm saying? His only loss is coming with Joe Joyce, right? So that is a very, very solid name for him to step in the ring with. Anderson's still rough around the edges. I like to see him stay active and get more rounds on his belt. Yeah, a lot of people probably agree with you on that. A lot of people will probably agree with you on that. Should I if you look at the headlines, I mean, they're talking about Jared Anderson, but I believe it could be more. It could be more highlights out there. I think just about, just because who he fought, but shout out to Jared Anderson, man. I've seen him periodically throughout the entire week. I was very entertained for his fight. I do have some pictures of his fight. Like I didn't finish the edits too much, but that was one of the ones I caught when he landed that crushing left hand. You know what I'm saying? On Talinsko. That was one that I caught. It was fun shooting that fight though. Real talk. Being I was the only black photographer up there shooting the fights, just let me know that certain people don't respect what WCS does. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned how to shoot this shit on my own. And I've given still frames from a distance of fights, the same one they show on TV. And it's not easy on shooting these fights like that. But as far as videography, photography, whenever I choose to write an article, doing my own shit, I'm a multitasker. Not only that, boxing, MMA, BJJ, yeah, I dibble and dabble in that. So I'm not like a one-dimensional learner when it comes to combat sports in general, nor when it comes to tasks that are applicable to my media credentials. Some people may not take too much concern to it or care even less, but it's all good. It's just me. I get to use my own content. I mean, now the Top Rank is copywriting all their picks. I get it, but I couldn't be ringside shooting. I wish I could, but I got the long range. I pulled out the long range, and it was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I can pictures. I got enough pictures that I can throw up here whenever I feel like it. Will be my own content. Just to give you a little taste of that. Anderson been staying in shape. He has, man. Because what as I do, that's a good point taking there, Andrew. Because you remember when he was fluctuating in weight, for I think 2 to 3 fights, he was increasing weight. And I even said on the live, I say, damn, I hope Jerry is not going to be one of those fighters who's heavyweight, but they can't control their eating. You know what I'm saying? And this time, looking at him, he looked in great shape. He looked ready. He looked strong. You know what I'm saying? The dude looked strong. And his gas tank was way better. I don't know if they got him doing more road work or more strength and conditioning, but Jerry Anderson looked really good for this fight. Like the way he was pressuring his fighter, wasn't too concerned. He did get touched periodically, but it's boxing. But at the end of the day, man, he fought a very entertaining fight. He got him up out of there. Talinsko, I saw him at the hotel. He didn't look to be in good spirits, but he's probably happy to get that check and go and get the fuck up out of here. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. Sir Ken on deck, man. How you feeling, bro? So World Combat Sports, salute to the wrenches and salute to the chats. Smash the like button, says Sir Ken. Appreciate you, bro, for tuning in. Yes, a lot of shit that's popping off for next. But, one thing I say about Jared Anderson is he's saying he know he's the next great heavyweight. Now, a huge part of that declaration is continuing to perform so that people can start calling you the next great heavyweight, okay? So therefore, you have to continue to perform. You have to continue to put on the performances. You know what I'm saying? You have to continue to do that. The performances that count, the performances that leave people in awe. You got to continue to do that shit. You got to continue to get that wow factor. So you know what? This dude, at first, I wasn't feeling him like that, but now, yeah, I'm on board, dog. That Jared Anderson guy here, I'm on board with it. Cool. I got it. He can be world champion. I got it. Of course, the way the belts are tied up right now, you have to figure out that potentially he may become a secondary champion before before he get a hold of one of those super titles. Because you have Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is probably going to be coming off WBC. Let's just say, for instance, he beat Dillian White. I don't see him stand around if he's able to get the unified champion, whether it be Anthony Joshua or Oleksandr Usyk. He beats Dillian White if that's indeed his next fight. And then he turn around and become undisputed champion. If he's able to, if he's successful, I don't think he's going to stay around to defend him. I just think at that point in time, you have basically redeemed winning the unified titles against Vladimir. You went in here through a very intensified rivalry with Deontay Wilder. You was able to come up out on top on that. And then to go in here and turn right back around full circle years later. I mean, years later. More than 5 years later. You are provided the opportunity to fight for the undisputed titles. No franchise, mano and mano for everything. And if Tyson Fury wins, it's nothing else that he can do except defend his titles if he chooses to for more money. I mean, if I was him and being that, he has the opportunity, if indeed this happens, right? He defeats Oleksandr Usyk or whoever's the unified champion. Definitely come back and defend him. And for another check. If you lose him, he can go off into the sunset with a lot of money. Oleksandr Usyk, I swear to God, if he become undisputed titles, look, if he become undisputed world champion, dog, oh my God. Whoo, you talking about U.S.? They're going to be latching on the Oleksandr Usyk like they do Lomachenko. That's their boy. That's his boy. You should have seen how they were at the hotel once they found out that was Usyk. Everybody wanted to take a picture with him. He's the first boxer ever that I've seen that reminds me of Frankenstein. If you would have seen the shoes that Usyk had on, I don't think you want to get stumped out by those motherfuckers. I'm serious, dog. I don't think you want to get, I don't know what size shoe Usyk wears, but them bitches look like they was damn near had steel soles on them, bitch. Not toes, steel soles. And then they probably was insulated with steel toes. Probably had some motherfucking special weaponry in that shoe that he can pop a button or eyelet and shit pop out, a knife pop out the front. I'm telling you, them things look like they was well armed, dog. It's like you get stumped out by them. It ain't gonna take too many of them. They're gonna stomp you just slightly in the face. You go like, oh shit, what he hit? He dumped a cylinder block on me. What the fuck? Nah, man, he just touched you with his shoe. It wasn't even full blast. He's just like, get the fuck out of here. No, dog. He hit me with a sledgehammer. No, man, it was just his right foot. Usyk had those crazy ass shoes, dog. It was funny to see that shit. Real talk. Man, shout out to Jared Anderson. Let's see what you do. Let's see what he do. I'm just going through some random topics now, right? So Ryan Garcia was chirping about fighting Gervonta Davis, right, on the comeback. Just like he's put out there several other times who he wants to fight. And now he say he's interested, you know what I'm saying, in fighting Usyk Pitbull Cruz when he returns. This is Ryan Garcia. Is Ryan Garcia acting desperate for whatever reason? It's hard to say. But I know it'd be a tough fight for him with the pressure and everything. It'll work in his favor a little bit more. But once again, what Usyk Cruz demonstrated was his defensive mechanism. You know, the very, very solid, impenetrable defense that he has to basically reduce the amount of damage that he was receiving from Gervonta. He's definitely going to have to look out with that right hand from that lead left hook from Ryan Garcia. He loves sitting down and using that lead left hook. You know what I'm saying? But it goes on to say that Ryan, 21-0, 18 knockouts, say he game to fight the much shorter 5'4" Pitbull Cruz. He said Cruz said he'll fight me in my patio, and he also said he'll probably beat me. We definitely have to see that, and I look forward to the fight coming back, said Ryan Garcia. It should be a good one. Cruz is a pressure fighter, a pretty good one, and has little movement. It's nothing I haven't seen before, but we'll have to see how he does against me, said Ryan. I'm still just as fast, as explosive as I've always been, and I think with my speed and my timing and my reach, I think I should be able to get the job done. We'll see, though. I mean, obviously, he gave Gervonta a pretty good, tough fight. Some would say he beat him. I had Gervonta winning by 2 rounds, said King Ray. Gervonta could have made it way easier than he made it. I think he gave him too much respect, but it's not my problem, said Garcia on Tank's win over Pitbull. So there you go, man. You know, Ryan Garcia believes within his dream of dreams, you know what I'm saying, that he is indeed interested in fighting Usyk Cruz. He feels that his timing, his speed, and what power he possesses will pretty much be a problem for Cruz. Just like I thought with Gervonta Davis, I thought with a power puncher like Gervonta, he would be able to counter Cruz effectively and do significant damage during the fight. And I just didn't see that shit. I didn't see Cruz being hurt by Gervonta even before he injured his hand in the sixth round. I never seen Cruz tremendously hurt with the forward pressure he was putting on Gervonta. So this takes me to Ryan Garcia. What does he have to offer? I mean, you're going to come around the guard? Because Gervonta shot the uppercuts up the, you know, Gervonta was delivering those uppercuts pretty surgically. And they really had little effect on Cruz. So what you going to do? You know, hook around the guard? You know what I'm saying? You're not exactly one of those fighters who move either. So you're going to be more stationary. Your footwork isn't better than Gervonta Davis. We know that for a fact. So you're going to be a more stationary target. And of course, you're going to have to learn how to box on the inside because you might find yourself doing the Magnolino. You know what I'm saying? Not the Macarena, the Magnolino. You look it up there, Ryan. You might find yourself doing the Magnolino. Those drum beats, I'm telling you, you gotta stay on beat. This case, you better stay off beat because he gonna be on your ass, dog. You are a flat-footed fighter, Ryan. You going in there with the guy who comes forward, who's flat-footed. That if Ryan goes in there and does well against Cruz without getting knocked out, I was like, wow, okay. But I seriously think Cruz demolishes Garcia. I think he's demolished. The styles are all bad for one another. Ryan Garcia can sit up here and talk about his height all day long. But you're going to have to box off the back foot against Cruz, or you're going to be posted up against the corner, and you're going to have to damn box on the inside. It's going to be dirty boxing on the inside. And once Pitbull Cruz put your ass up in the corner, that's a Pitbull off the motherfucking leash, dog. That's all bad for Ryan, dog. So I hope he gets the fight. I hope he does. Pop a lot of shit. James in the building. On deck with it. Salute to Combat Sports. Salute to you, my brother. He said Ryan is all cap. You know what? It's not up to me to disagree with you, but today I absolutely agree, dog. I can't even disagree with you just for fun. I have no stake in the game when it comes to Ryan Garcia being a capper. Motherfucker is the biggest capper in boxing, hands down, pound for pound. Ryan Garcia is the number one capper, and also he's the number one Duck Masters Coalitions, dog. He sits atop the pound for pound on the Duck Masters Coalition. After the stunt that he pulled off, yeah, that's what it is with Ryan. But I hope he get Usyk Cruz. Oh my God. Boy, he only 23 years old too. Boy, he's gonna be in Hollywood quick in a hurry. And they were like, Ryan, you're up. You know your lines, right? Oh God, Ryan, you're still recovering from the Usyk Cruz fight? We need all of you, Ryan. So how what are we talking? You need us to give you, the sauce? We need to give you that sauce so you can, pep it up a little bit. We need these lines today. Well, I didn't think the fight, I didn't think the fight was gonna be that tough, but damn, that guy hits hard. He had me doing the Magdaleno. Oh, Magdaleno. Ryan Garcia gonna do the Magdaleno, goddammit. For real. But man, let's hope we get that fight. Real talk. I'm being honest. Let's hope Ryan Garcia gets that fight. Because Pitbull Cruz is a motherfucking animal, dog. He is a motherfucking animal, dog. I want to give a shout out to Julio Pena. The amazing world of combat sports. This is the MMA edition. I have to speak on it, even though it should have been spoken on earlier because it was huge. If you don't know Amanda Nunes, man, she's been holding 2 titles simultaneously and coupled in different divisions. The bantamweight division and the featherweight division. Bantamweight being 135 and featherweight being 145. All right. Bantamweight in boxing is 118. You know what I'm saying? Featherweight is 126. So you see the difference in combat sports as far as weight class. Anyway, Amanda Nunes was on the scene, man, for becoming champion. He had an opportunity to go in there and defeat Holly Holm. She's been there with damn near everybody. Valentina Shevchenko twice, Ronda Rousey. I mean, the list goes on. Her big fight that kind of put her on the map, the way she was able to go in there and absolutely dominate Chris Cyborg. That's what a lot of people was talking about when she fought at 145. So she was able to get that shit taken care of with Chris Cyborg. And it just pretty much set her up for some okay opponents. But we was just waiting for the next big name to come up. And Julia Pena, she's been out here, y'all. She just had a baby, she had a baby and she had an injury and she just had it rough. Like it was, she came out the Ultimate Fighter house. It was a lot of drive behind Julia Pena. Very tough. Venezuela Vixen, that is her alias, the Venezuelan Vixen. She didn't take no shit. She her ground game was pretty damn good, very tough. But this weekend, Julia Pena finally reached the championship pinnacle, y'all. Give it up. Give it up for the beautiful Julia Pena. I'm very, very happy for Pena. And what she's been through, the injuries, having a baby, being out the sport, really having to, reset. She came in there and took it to Amanda Nunes punch for punch. They was trading some heavy hands early in the first round. And then the wrestling, you thought it was about to be the other way around in the first, where Amanda Nunes was able to partially take her back. You thought the submission was evident because Nunes' freaking jiu-jitsu is on point. But so is Julia Pena. So in the second round, Pena was able to press Amanda Nunes up against the cage, body lock, And in the process of Nunes defending the takedown, I like how Pena was able to basically trace the C out, throw Amanda Nunes to the canvas, get the takedown, and from there went to work. And she was able to lock in a rear naked choke without even having a single hook inserted to basically flatten Nunes out. It was like one of those submissions that happen that usually doesn't happen. All she did was basically run the choke hand across. She locked it in, and she had partial back control. She wasn't absolutely 100% full back control. Like I said, both hooks were unseated, and she ended up choking Nunes out, who tapped. It was weird. I totally expected Nunes to get up out of that, like roll to the back, buy some time, do 2-on-1 hand control, just buy her time to recover, turn into her, reverse, get top position. I really thought Amanda Nunes was going to give us that power play against Julia Pena on the ground. I just thought she was that school. But she just had a baby where her wife had a baby. And I would say she had a baby to a point that's her first kid. I don't know. I just wouldn't expect Amanda Nunes to motherfucking tap to a submission like that, because usually it's so many ways to roll up out of it. It's so many ways to reverse, so many defensive counters to it. And I consider Amanda Nunes a high-level MMA practitioner, just like I consider Julia Pena. But her being able to choke out Amanda Nunes when she was in the frog position, well, I'll take that back, not the frog position, the turtle position. Amanda Nunes was in the turtle position, and that's kind of automatic when you have your opponent to your rear, and to prevent them from trying to insert any of their hooks on the left and right side. Because once they get the hooks in, they can flatten you out, or it allows them to punch you from the rear, stuff like that. So you want to kind of place yourself in the turtle position, knees forward as high as you can get them, and then try to work from there. But Pena just went for the neck. It was crazy, dog. But she became the new women's bantamweight world champion. And shout out and congratulations to Pena, bro. They saying Amanda ain't hungry anymore. You might be right. See, I didn't want to be a hater. But who taps to a submission like that? Who taps to a rear naked choke without the pliability of your adversary mounting you from the rear on your back and actually providing that force. You know what I'm saying? Putting both legs in, having that choke locked in, being able to thrust the hips forward and bend your back the opposite way and making that choke tighter. I mean, she didn't have none of that. She was off in half, off to Amanda's right side. She had the rear naked choke, and you know anything about grappling, it's not even really a full sense of constriction going on here because you're not using the rest of your body. In jiu-jitsu, you're using your entire body, you know, from your feet to your head. Head position means a lot, all the way down to feet position, especially when you go into your feet to the ground. You want your feet to always be on the outside of your opponent and not underneath your opponent in between. You don't want your opponent landing on top of you where your legs and body is fully centered from head to toe. No, you want your feet on the outside so you can control the action once you are on your back. But it's just the whole point of Amanda Nunes' BJJ game is much more of a higher level to be caught in a rear naked choke without her opponent being fully mounted from the rear. It's crazy, bro. Says she married with white picket fence and she doesn't care anymore about fighting. You might be right. I wouldn't say that wholeheartedly. I know she made some good money, but to caveat off what James said, it seems like she did give up, in my opinion. She looked bad. She didn't look like that damn Amanda Nunes who was fighting in the championship round against Chris Cyborg. She didn't look damn hungry. None of that shit. She looked like she was just in there for a paycheck. She really didn't. It looked like she was there to pass the torch, to be honest. She was there to pass the torch. So we'll see what happens next for Julia Pena. I want to give a shout out to my girl, Rose Namajunas. She was given the award yesterday. I think Fighter of the Year, Women's Fighter of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me verify right quick. Let me verify that because I don't want to get no. And then I have to touch bases on. I'll talk about it now. If you looked at the video that they were showing, you know, when Michael Chiesa jumped the gate and everything, you also saw Michaela Harrison, I believe her name, Michaela Harrison. She's a PFL that is fighting at 155 pounds. They was trying to set up a super fight between Harrison and Amanda Nunes. So if you looked at the aftermath of post submission, you saw Harrison over there turning around to the crowd and say, "Damn, you know, she was looking for that big payday to fight Nunes." You know what I'm saying? Because Nunes has built up her notoriety in MMA. She was the baddest woman on the planet, they said. She was 2-division champ, the first woman to ever do it, 2-division champ. So you can see Harrison turn her back and say, "Oh shit, damn. You know, we ain't gonna get the fight." It's you talking about that would have made for a very good fight, man. Seriously. That would have made for a very good clash. You're talking about this Joko Olympian and coming over here and fighting arguably one of the best females in mixed martial arts ever. And Amanda Nunes, who held belts in 2 divisions. That would have been a good look for Dana. But for Harrison, she would have had to drop from 55 to 45. She would have been competing. Now, I don't know why Harrison, or maybe she was having a brain fart. I don't know. But she can still come back and fight Amanda Nunes. You know? Let me check some out to see if I'm not tripping. Because in boxing, they do that shit like. 'Cause I know my shit when it comes to this. I don't know why Harrison to be absolutely tripping because Amanda Nunes only lost a 135-pound belt. You know what I'm saying? She's a 135 and 145-pound champion. And Kayla Harrison, she fights at 155. She had to drop down to 45 to be safe. But dropping 20? Well, 10? It's crazy. No, let me see. That'll be 20 on her, man. She had to drop 20. I just don't see that happen, dog. I don't see that happening. Her dropping 20? I don't see that happening, bro. She got too much muscle, dog. You know, they might be thinking about a super fight as far as PPV and everything, but the way she was just beat, the money isn't going to be there. You know, the money's not going to be there the way you think. So, was Michael Chiesa, is that his girl? Let me find this out. I didn't know she had a baby by Michael Chiesa. Michael couldn't contain himself when Julie Penn did the unthinkable. Um, Scored one of the biggest upsets in UFC history when she submitted the consensus greatest female fighter, Amanda Nunes, captain Chiesa, who was on the front row, to longtime teammate. Oh, that's his teammate. I was just about to say, I know they weren't dating. Jumped over the railing and took a tumble when rushing to celebrate Pena's win, apparently injuring himself in the process. Oh, Michael Chiesa, you shouldn't be trying to get an injury like that. How do I say this without embarrassing this guy? White Toe reporters, including MMA Junkie, he had a little bit too much to drink this evening. When she won, he freaked out and tried to jump into the octagon and fell down on his face, cut his eye, and busted his eye open. Wow. Then was arguing with the police that he needed to get into the octagon and be with her because that's his teammate. They dragged him out, got him outside, and calmed him down in the back. And I went back and talked to him for a minute, and we're all good. Chiesa did end up getting to congratulate his teammate backstage, bursting into tears while greeting Pena with a long embrace. Okay, that's good shit. You know, being typical celebratory shit. I'm still trying to find out. This is what I do. I need to find out something right quick because it's just not making sense. I think I'm right though. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Pretty sure I'm right on this shit. Yeah. So, and this what they're not mentioning. Okay. Uh, Dana White's talking about Harrison a missed opportunity for Nunez, but she was going to drop 20 for real. She was going to drop 20 and go to bantamweight. Harrison, who's fighting 155, she can go to 45 and take that belt. Hmm. Why would that be an issue? They can still make the fight. Let me check one other place, man. Unless something has happened in between time, shot. Uh, bu- 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 Hold up. Okay, hold up, Shotty. We're gonna get to it. So let me check this out. Okay. She's still featherweight champion, bro. Unless they, they was stripping her or something, which wouldn't have been right. But she's still the bantamweight featherweight. Now she's just a featherweight champion, which would make sense if Harrison moved down from 55 to 45 instead of dropping 20. You know what I'm saying? She can drop 10. She can drop that dime and fight for the featherweight. Even after this loss, she can still fight Amanda Nunes at featherweight and allow Kayla Harrison to pick up that featherweight title. And then Kayla Harrison can fight in the UFC now. She's won the PFL tournament twice already. She won it twice already. So she's doing well money-wise. She comes over here with that momentum from the PFL and fight Amanda Nunes either for Amanda Nunes featherweight title or for a vacant title. Those are the two options that can happen over there in the UFC. She can absolutely vacate and fight, but the only thing about it, they don't even have a pound for pound list for the 145 pound women's division. They've been trying to inject more competition into the division, but it just hasn't worked out like that. So Harris can still pick up a championship, but I think more so she was looking for the big money fight. You know what I'm saying? She was looking for the big money fight, yo. And I don't blame her for the white picket fence and all that. If she can have the white picket fence from what she came up through in this combat sport and was able to become successful, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool. But people, I'm about to bounce, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. And all the rest of the shit you heard in the beginning, I'm done talking about. I gave you my receipts, and that's what it is. I appreciate everyone for pulling up and tuning in. Until next time, I'm